Worcester Bravehearts baseball will be returning for the fifth year anniversary, and I couldn't have a better a guest with me than the general manager and baseball icon here in Worcester, the general manager of the Worcester Bravehearts, Dave Peterson. Welcome, Dave.
Well, thanks, Tim. I was not really ever a great baseball player, so I just entertain in the stands.
Fake it till you make it.
Exactly. That's
so
it.
we think of baseball in Worcester is obviously John Creedon, but you're right there with him, along with Casey at bat, and the perfect game, and the Worcester's got a great baseball history over the years. We just had in a couple of guests. From Harrington Hospital, Dr. Jim Sullivan and Nurse Elise Wilson, and legendary Blackstone Valley baseball leagues that existed over the years with the Mills and everything. So there's a great history in baseball in Central Mass, and you guys are making history as we speak. 5 years, and season about to begin. You got some exciting stuff, but let's just maybe take a moment to talk about what you've been able to do with the Futures Collegiate Baseball League, and say somebody parachuted it in from across the globe. The Futures Collegiate Baseball League, of which the Bravehearts are a member, kind of what is the league?
Yeah, and that was certainly a topic that the Creedons wanted to think about when they brought baseball back to the city in 2014. Futures Collegiate Baseball League is a league completely made up of amateur summer collegiate athletes. So what you'll have is baseball players very much like the Cape Cod League, who are playing for their colleges, representing Holy Cross, for example, Northeastern, Boston College. They play for their colleges in the spring, and then they go to a summer league, like the Futures Collegiate Baseball League, in order to be noticed by Major League Baseball scouts. I think the ultimate goal for many of these players is to actually sign a professional contract after playing in one of these leagues. And over the first 4 seasons, we've had 12 players that have signed on, including locals. And then I think that when you look at these athletes, you need to also remember they are student athletes. And there's a large population of players in this league who know that they may not be a professional baseball player, but they're doing this so that they can represent their school and they have a backup plan.
Yeah.
We have players that come in and they've interned at Worcester Regional Airport during the day, and then they play baseball with us at night.
No, I mean, it's a great experience, in terms of opening up doors, and you see and we follow on social media some of the success that some of the players have had signing on with some of the Major League Baseball teams and their farm systems, and that's exciting. But, for also a lot of these college kids, playing Division I, II, III baseball, coming to Hanover Insurance Park at Fitton Field, and the environment that the Creedons and you and the whole team have created, I mean, for some, that's going to be as close as they're going to get to Major League Baseball in terms of the field. 2,000 plus people, entertainment, rabid fans. That's a big part of it too. It's quality baseball on the field, that you blend the team with kids who play baseball across the country with local kids as well.
Yeah.
And then put on a great experience for families and baseball fans.
Well, it's really a full minor league baseball experience like you're talking about. And some people who aren't familiar with it might say, college baseball, we know what college football is, we know what college basketball is, but we never seen college baseball. This is a full minor league baseball experience. As you're talking about, post-game fireworks shows, there's a mini golf course at the ballpark for kids in a kids area, giveaway nights, jersey auctions. And usually in minor league baseball, that's where the zany promotions come from. I mean, you have these crazy menu items that draw people to the park because they want to try the cheeseburger that's on a donut bun, or they want to, find a funny merchandise item or be there for a funny promotional night, like Bark in the Park, for example, where we allow fans to bring their dogs to the game. Now, that's not something the Boston Red Sox are ever going to do. If you go to one of these games, you do it because you want a fun and affordable night of entertainment with your family. Right.
And speaking of that, very kid-oriented for families. And so we've got some props. Somebody might say, well, what are they? Well, there's an explanation behind all of them. So we've got the Is it lime green? What would you call it?
Yeah, we would call that lime green.
So that's something you're going to be doing for the kids this year.
Yeah, so these hats are actually hats that we have worked with the Hanover Insurance Group to provide to all of the groups that come to our games. So when we say kids, we're talking about local schools that come out on field trips. We might be talking about the youth baseball and softball teams. When they come out, they take the field with our players. We're talking about local religious churches and synagogues that might come out with youth groups.
Right.
And so every person that comes as a member of a group outing gets one of these green hats. And before long, what you're going to see is there'll be 1,500 of these lime green hats in the ballpark, and then you'll be driving down the street and you'll be able to spot these things from a mile away.
Well, that's
Kids standing at the bus stop wearing these hats.
That's absolutely. And then you're doing something special on July 20th for veterans and military families, and the camo hat is there.
Yes, it's something that we have done every single year. We work pretty closely with Bill Moore at Project New Hope on James Street in Worcester.
Great job, yeah.
He's absolutely incredible, and this year we're doing camo hats and camo jerseys, and we're raising money for them. That's July 20th with post-game fireworks, but we're supported by VA Healthcare on that as well. All veterans and active military members get to come to that game for free.
Right.
And we're just trying to make sure that we can give back, because our name, the Bravehearts, is in honor of military members, as well as police, fire, first responders, exactly.
Right. So, and then, we're excited. Once again, the Chamber, we're going to have our Chamber night, which is going to be Friday, July 27th, and I know you've guaranteed outstanding weather for that event. So we'll be getting information out to our members and prospective members. But I think it's also, from an economic development point of view, important to kind of note what the Bravehearts and the Credence have created in the team. So there's 27 home games that people come from the city, from all around Worcester County and beyond, to come see the games. And the amazing thing is some great stats in terms of nationally for collegiate baseball. You guys are up there in the top 10?
Yeah, nationwide there are over 180 teams like us, summer collegiate baseball teams. So that includes the Cape Cod League. It includes the New England Collegiate Baseball League. And we last year ranked 7th in the country in average attendance. We're drawing over 2,300 fans a night. Last year we netted out at 2,356 fans in a 3,000-seat ballpark. Right. So we're a little bit more than 2/3 full on any given night. And when we started this in 2014, we didn't really have a firm grasp on how the folks in the community would respond to it, because the Tornadoes had been in town beforehand. That's a professional baseball. This, as I mentioned, is not professional baseball. You're still getting talented baseball players who try hard, and it's grown every year. We started at 1,800 fans a night, and we're up to nearly 2,400. So. And
we're going to come back in the third segment, our second segment, the third segment of the show, to talk a little bit about what's coming up in this year. But without a doubt, I mean, it's a great experience. No better way to enjoy a summer night. Quality baseball, great fan experience. What you've done working with Holy Cross to improve the experience at Hanover Insurance Park, at Fitton Field. All of those things are in motion, and putting people to work between the Creed and Company and then the part-time jobs that are created over the course of the season. A couple hundred people getting paychecks full and part-time, a lot of them kids, summer jobs too.
Oh, absolutely. We work very closely with a lot of the local colleges to recruit young men and women who want to be in sport management career. Becker College, Worcester State University, Nichols College, Assumption, and this is their first real world opportunity.
First rodeo. And Worcester Bravehearts baseball, and that's what we've been talking about with the general manager of Worcester Bravehearts, Dave Peterson, known to some as Peterman. Good to have you back. And we talked a lot about the economic impact, the number of people that are employed, the quality of the baseball, the quality of the fan experience, the fact that in collegiate baseball, almost 200 teams, you're 7th in attendance, about 2,300 on average per night coming to Hanover Insurance Park at Fitton Field for a great summer baseball family experience. And so, 5th year, how are you going to top it? And I guess we got a little sense of how you're going to try to top it. I am wearing a Coney Island hot dog shirt. Baseball
That's great.
shirt.
Look at that.
So why don't you tell our viewers, and we're going to put up on the screen some of the things you guys are going to be doing to add to the fun at the ballpark this summer.
Well, as you know, we love to celebrate everything Worcester. In the past, we've done candlepin bowling nights to celebrate candlepin bowling, smiley face nights. This year, we're trying to celebrate two Worcester institutions, Coney Island hot dogs and Table Talk pies. And one of the trends in all of minor league baseball across the country in the past few years has been teams will change their name for one night to honor something that's going on in that community. So on June 19th this year, which is a Tuesday, the Worcester Bravehearts will not exist. We have a game at home, but the Worcester Bravehearts will be known either as the Table Talk Pies or the Coney Island Hot Dogs. And it is an online vote for fans to choose if they want us to wear these jerseys, which is reminiscent of the giant neon sign, which is outside of Coney Island.
Jerseys and hats, and they'll be able to people will be able to see it on the screen. So there'll be a Coney Island hat and jersey, a baseball hat and jersey, and then the alternative will be a Table Talk Pie hat and jersey.
A Table Talk Pie hat and jersey where there's an actual enlarged photo of a Table Talk Pie on the front of the jersey, and we have a pie character on the hat. So for that night, when you're in the ballpark, we're going to be referred to as either, hey, it's coming up to bat for the Table Talk Pies, number 4, and no one's going to know which team wins until the team comes out on that night for the introductions.
And so if people want to vote, and that's, for a lot of people in Central Mass, that is like a tough choice between, Coney Island hot dogs and Table Talk pies. But if people want to vote, how do they do that?
Go right to WorcesterBravehearts.com, and there is a Survey Monkey link where people can vote for the artwork or if they have an affinity towards one of the two businesses, they can vote for that business. And the cool thing about this is that these jerseys are going to be auctioned off for charity. And so soon we're going to announce the charities that both of these businesses will be playing for so that all the money raised goes to a nonprofit. Whichever jersey is not worn that night because it doesn't win the online vote, those will likely be auctioned off on an online auction or in their actual locations. So,
right.
Here in Worcester.
Collector's items, Table Talk pies and Coney Island hot dogs, baseball shirts and hats. And that's kind of consistent, the Worcester Bravehearts logo we talked in the last segment, how the name came about in honoring of the first responders, the police firefighters, the military service, incorporating elements of the city seal. Here you're taking two iconic Worcester companies which have been here for a long time and also kind of represent employing people, family experience, fun, pies, hot dogs, family dining. So you're kind of keeping that going, that theme going.
What's more baseball than hot dogs and pies, I mean, that's what this is all about. Table Talk Pies, the recent expansion, and Coney Island hot dogs celebrating 100 years.
Yeah, in the neighborhood of where the park is. We just have 2 minutes left. Opening night and any other things you want to let people know they might expect or hint to towards the 27 home games.
Sure. Opening night is May 30th this year. It's earlier than ever. Our special guest is Stephen Gostowski from the New England Patriots. And I've asked him to maybe kick some things into the stands, but I'm not sure that Belichick is going to be agreeable to that. But 5th anniversary T-shirts given away on opening night and May 31st. And Stephen Gostowski will be throwing those T-shirts into the crowd on May 30th.
Yeah.
We've got fireworks every Friday night this year. T-shirt giveaways every Saturday night. I mentioned the smiley face. Our first T-shirt giveaway on June 9th will be a smiley face T-shirt. And we're going to also celebrate sports teams, former sports teams that have been in this city on Worcester Sports Night on June 30th with all of their logos, the Bay State Bombardiers and the Worcester Counts and the Worcester Ice Cats. We work very closely with the Railers hockey team.
Yep, there's always a night. Yep.
Hockey night is July 21st. It's a Saturday, and we'll be giving away hockey-themed T-shirts. So they're wonderful partners. They come out to the ballpark. We have season tickets with them. It's just an incredible.
And speaking of tickets, so if people want to get on tickets, also go online?
Yeah, WorcesterBravehearts.com. You can find tickets for any of those games.
Good stuff.